But now to this developing story, a DeSoto County bounce house company owner and former church basketball coach is now charged with molesting a child. Action News 5's Michaela Redmond went to North Mississippi to learn more about the allegations.
The incident report from the DeSoto County Sheriff's Office is heavily redacted. We do know the incident involves 38-year-old Joseph Marty and a child who lives near Marty. For more than a year, Byhalia Bounce has been supplying inflatables for schools, churches, birthday parties, and more across DeSoto and Marshall counties. The man behind the company, 38-year-old Joseph Marty, is now facing 2 counts of child sex crimes.
Most child sexual abuse happens in one adult, one child situations. Most child sexual abuse cases have no witnesses.
A heavily redacted incident report from the DeSoto County Sheriff's Office shows detectives scheduled a forensic interview with the victim at Healing Hearts Child Advocacy Center in South Haven, July 27th. 2 days later, Child Protective Services detailed a fondling incident between Marty and a neighbor child. Thursday, deputies arrested Marty during a traffic stop. First Baptist Church of Olive Branch says Marty was a volunteer basketball coach at the church for children ages 5 through 12. The church says it understands this is an extremely serious situation and is trusting God and a thorough investigation.
It is adults' responsibility to keep kids safe.
Virginia Stallworth is the executive director of the Memphis Child Advocacy Center. She urges parents to have open conversations, and allegations of this nature can be wide-reaching.
If they have an icky feeling in their stomach about something, to try to get away and tell their parents or tell another trusted adult.
State records show Marty registered Byhalia Bounce as an LLC last year. He later named a family member as the registered agent. On the business's website, both Marty and his wife are listed as the owners. We reached out to Byhalia Bounce, but did not get a response. In DeSoto County, Michaela Redmond, Action News 5.
Marty is out of jail on a $150,000 bond. He is due back in court next month.